Thank you, Sue. Good morning. How are you again?
Morning, Sue. Very well, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Again, I've got another question from quite a few care homes where we've been speaking to them, and they're saying, we're a residential care home, and the manager's saying, we don't need this qualification. We don't need someone to be an assistant practitioner.
Okay, again, not an uncommon objection. I would say, I've been a residential care manager. I was a residential care manager for 4 years down in Brighton. And the one thing that used to frustrate me was relying on the district nurses to come out and do things such as glucose checking, or if I had a doctor's appointment and the doctor would phone up and say, look, could you take their vital signs? Could you do urine analysis? So all of these clinical skills that actually we don't do in residential care. So what it would mean is, as an assistant practitioner, if a GP says to you, could you get a sample? Could you do this? Could you do that? Then you'll be able to do that. So the first thing really there is to talk about every single customer has physical health needs. And this qualification, whether, whatever setting you're in, is all about raising the staff's awareness around physical health and well-being. So we all have physical health, we all have mental health, and we all go through a period where we're going to deteriorate. And the idea of this qualification is to have members of staff within your team who are able to manage that situation. And the reality is, any residential home that tells me all of their customers are completely residential and they have no nursing needs, I would say is an exception to the rule. Because the reality is, we all have been in situations as registered care managers where we've had residents who are unwell or maybe towards the dying stages who want to stay in the home. And actually what that means is we are then providing nursing care. It's as simple as that. We don't want to transition people into other services because this is their wishes. This is maybe their advanced wishes. And actually, wouldn't it be nice to have a trained member of staff who's able to address those needs and ensure that during those dying stages or those advanced wishes, their needs are being met? And the reality is none of us can forecast that either. We've been in really difficult times, and I would imagine residential homes have been in situations where they've not been able to move people out of services because maybe bed blockage or shortages. So therefore, we're dealing with more physical health issues. So it's quite short-sighted for residential services not to think that they're not going to have nursing care, because actually the moment we start monitoring somebody's eating and drinking or fluid nutrition, that's nursing care. The moment we're leaving people in a bed and we have to go to that turn-in, that's nursing care. So the reality is a lot of residential homes do actually, in fact, carry out nursing care. They just do it without the right skills or expertise. So the benefit of this course is you're preparing your workforce for those customers, which inevitably, if you haven't already got, you will get through your career, because it's very unlikely that you're ever in a position when somebody deteriorates, you can move them on to another service. So the benefit of this qualification is you will have then somebody trained up to a clinical level who's able to work still on the current role that they're doing, but has the skills and the knowledge to ensure that, that care is being provided in a safe way and people's dignity is being maintained. And that you're doing your absolute best for your customers that you're caring for. And that can be really difficult, especially if you have to rely on other organizations or multidisciplinaries, because I'm sure through this pandemic, it's taught registered managers that actually, in your contingency planning, in your long-term planning for other maybe pandemics or disasters, wouldn't it be great to have a team of people that could, if needed, step up and take on some of those responsibilities? So when people can't get to you, if you've got a district nurse coming in to do insulin, what do you do if you've got a snow blizzard and they can't get to you? If you've got somebody who's trained up, who's able to administer insulin and take glucose, surely that's a benefit to the home and to the customers. And if we look at CQC's requirements, that means it's safe, well led, and responsive. So it's a unique selling point, isn't it? If I had my mum and I had to choose a residential home, and I've got two homes, one that's got a highly skilled workforce and one that's got level 3 MVQs, I'm going to go for the one that's actually pushed above and gone for a highly skilled workforce, because I would feel that actually it's safer. And the other thing is, education is constantly evolving, you know, in the care certificate, in NVQ level 2, in NVQ level 3, and the leadership and management 5 level qualification. We all talk about continual professional development. So this is just another string to a bow of continual professional development, moving that glass ceiling effect and actually evening the playing field for residential and nursing care.
Oh, that was fascinating. Thanks, Stephen. It's actually answered some of my questions as well that I've always wanted to ask. So thank you.
No worries. Take care.